My name is Ted Karras. I'm the head football coach at Marion College here in Indianapolis. I've coached at many institutions before arriving here in Indianapolis at Marion College. Turned around quite a few programs. Started this program from scratch in 2006, and in 2 years of competition we went 1-9 and 7-4. And I'm going to speak about a few things that have made us successful. One being is what we look for in an athlete. Obviously we like a certain amount of size and speed in our athletes, but beyond that, the size of your heart is what matters to me. I was a guy that was deemed not that big physically, but had heart and desire. And we look at guys' demeanors and your hunger factor. Hungry to play the game of football and hungry to get a degree. So in terms of athleticism, yes, you have to meet some certain criteria, but beyond that, there's a lot of intangibles that we look for. The tangibles that I'm speaking of are, one, leadership. We like guys that are leaders within their group or within their school. Good students, I guess that's more tangible than not tangible, but we like guys that are good students that can play good football is a big combination for us. I mentioned heart, desire, also determination and a no-quit factor. Guys that have persevered through various things in their life and can overcome any obstacles or types of individuals that we look for. On the subject of multi-sport athletes, I was blessed that I got to play 3 sports growing up. Not at the high school level, because I probably wasn't good enough at baseball, but in terms of basketball and football, I played throughout my high school career and enjoyed every minute of it. And as a coach in college, I would say to parents, yes, if your son or daughter really enjoys the sport, is having fun with it, I encourage that. And we like that in our athletes that we recruit. Even at the small college level, that can be achieved. We have multi-sport athletes here, both competing in football and track and football and baseball. So at the small college level, that's also encouraged, especially here at Marion. Bigger schools, probably not. But I am one coach that is for the multi-sport athlete and participating because you learn different things from the different sports you compete in.
Burnout just a little bit.
Well, the burnout factor is something that is an individual's choice, I think. I mean, like I said, if they're going to be a multi-sport athlete, they have to have fun doing it. If you're not having fun participating and just doing it for whatever reason, then you know it's not for you, and you can get burnt out. But if you're truly passionate and are having fun participating in the sport, I don't think there should be burnout. You know, you need your time off. I give my guys time off. But if you're going to be that multi-sport athlete, you have 3 seasons to compete in, 3 or 2, and it's time-consuming, but you got to love it. In closing, I would continue coaches to encourage that amongst their athletes also. I know, most football guys are always willing to have their athletes compete in other sports because we think it helps in our game. I hope that all other coaches would do the same.
I'm Adam Sherman. I'm the offensive line coach at Marion College, soon to be Marion University. And when we do film evaluation on offensive linemen or defensive linemen for that matter, we are looking for athletes who are skilled technicians of what they're doing. We don't want a lot of sloppy line play. We want good stances. We want them to be, before the snap, we want them in good stances. It shows that they're able to be coached because the coaches are coaching them right. They just have to be able to do it. We want to see athleticism, but that also comes in with tenacity. We want to see them finishing plays. And when we're talking about finishing plays, we're talking about we want to see them running downfield as the ball passes them. We want to see them blocking second level defenders. We want to see them finishing blocks, not just blocking and letting kids go. We want to see them putting them on the ground and getting on top of them and then getting up and finishing plays. And that's something that we really look into. Kids that don't do that when we're watching, who we're going to bring in here or not. Kids that don't do that are the ones that we typically don't recruit. So, we're looking for very driven athletes, kids who we're not real big on just real big bodies anymore. We want athletic guys to come in and play offensive line for us. When we're looking at offensive linemen, we want to see them running downfield a lot after they're finishing the play. And here at Marion, we actually coach up the finished part of the drill where you'll have your basic drive block drill, and after we get done, the second whistle after they finish that drive block, they'll run downfield and block a bag, cut a bag, go do something, get to the pile, run through a line, whatever. We find it important. In my experiences as a lineman at the high school and college level, there's 3 instances in which just running downfield, on 2 of them, one on defense, one on offense, I picked up a fumble on defense, and I actually caught a fumble in midair on offense, and I was able to score touchdowns. The third instance, I picked one up and I almost scored, but we have stock in that. We believe that just in those, talking about that 3 times in one season, that might be a change. 3 touchdowns, 3 turnovers, that could be the difference between a championship and an early playoff exit. So we really stress that as part of our practice regimen.
My name is Brian Hamrock. I'm the offensive coordinator here at Marion College, as well as the quarterback's coach. A few things I look for in an athlete. The first one is the hunger to play. If the kid has a desire to play, he has a willingness to work hard and put that effort in, not take the shortcuts, show up on time, be accountable. That's really the first thing I look for. The next thing I look for is somebody to own up to mistakes, to know when they've made faults, and willing to work on those faults, not keep repeating them. So those are the first couple things I look for. Quarterback-wise, look for somebody to make a quick decision, trust their decisions, be a team leader, a guy that can rally his teammates, a guy that his teammates look up to. May not be the best athlete on the field, but wants to have the ball in his hands, wants to be in control, and is not too arrogant about it, has the humbleness about him. And a guy that's coachable. That's the biggest thing to be successful at the next level, I find, is to be coachable. Willing to take tough coaching, being able to be critiqued. The type of guy I look for to surround a quarterback is a guy that knows his role. It may be a star tailback, maybe a star receiver, but also know that there's more than one guy on the field and there's only one football. You can have up to 6 guys touch a football on any play, but again, there's only one football and one guy usually carries it that play. Want to know when it's your turn to carry the football or take care of it, that you make the most of that play, and then when it's not your turn, to do the little things correctly to help have success as a team overall. And for the linemen, it's tough. You guys hardly get any glory and do most of the work, but be willing to be that team player, to carry your team forward, to put the team on your back, whether it's run blocking, pass blocking, to sell out each and every play, so the guys that can carry the ball have the most success that they can have. To the parents, willing to back your players and your sons into the decisions they make, to allow them to make the decision, especially when choosing a college, because that's where they're going to have to be for 4 years. It's nice to put your input and have your suggestions, but let your son make that decision. It's one of the first major decisions of his life that he's going to have to start making, and it helps him accept some responsibility if he puts this in his hands. As I said, it's always good to offer guidance, but let them be the ones to make the decision.